Hello everyone, my name is Bailey and welcome to my self-evaluation speech and my peer evaluation speech of the semester. Today I will be evaluating Amber Beam, so let's get started. Your clarity, Amber, has improved greatly over this semester. In your icebreaker speech, you spoke in language that was clear and easily understood most of the time. Although there were still some few moments where your nerves caused you to stumble slightly, I would rate yourself a 4 because you communicated your ideas well, but recognize that with even more practice over time. Your vocal variety. Throughout the semester, you learned to use tone, speed, and volume much more efficiently. During your first speech of the semester, you tried to avoid speaking in a flat voice by changing your tone when inappropriate and slowing down during key points. I would rate yourself a 3. I say this because you feel comfortable by using your vocal variety and you can continue to improve by practicing more. Amber, throughout the semester, you made consistent eye contact with the audience. You made a real effort to engage your audience visually. While you still glance down occasionally, I would rate yourself a 3. You effectively used eye contact for most of your speeches. Your physical gestures were natural and somewhat limited during your icebreaker speech. During the semester, you used your hands and emphasized some points that you could work on, incorporating gestures more, intentionally to match your content. I would give yourself a 3 in this area and aim to become even more expressive in the future speeches. Your audience awareness. You demonstrated good awareness of your audience needs by keeping your speech personal and relatable. You connected with your experience to broader themes, which helped maintain engagement. I would rate yourself a 4 because you responded well to the audience and showed that you were aware of how they were reacting. Comfort level. Amber, you compared to the beginning of the semester, your comfort level improved dramatically. Although you were still slightly nervous at first, you became more relaxed as speech class went on. You appeared comfortable and confident, especially in the second half of the semester. I would give yourself a 4. Amber, you succeeded by making your speeches throughout the semester interesting and well constructed. Sharing your personal stories and engaging with your audience helped keep the audience's attention. I would rate yourself a 4 for the content that was meaningful and engaging throughout the semester. Looking at all of your speeches throughout the semester, your progress over the semester, you should feel proud of how much you have improved in all the key areas: clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience connection, comfort, and content. While there is always room for growth, you feeling anxious at the beginning of the semester, but now you feel more confident, clear, and engaging with your audience. You should plan to keep practicing and pushing yourself to reach an even higher standard in your future. I wish you luck and the best of the semester. Now it is time for my self-evaluation. Clarity. During my first speeches of the semester, I did not speak clearly and my pace was very fast. It was very hard for the audience to understand me. I focused on choosing words that did not match my message. I used the words like, like, what, that kind of words. Because my speech was organized throughout the semester and I was easy to follow at the end of the semester, I would rate myself a 3. Vocal variety. I made an active effort to change my tones, pitch, and speed during different parts of my speeches throughout the semester. I used a softer voice when sharing something personal and raised my energy during something more exciting parts. This kept the audience engaged and made my delivery more dynamic. I would rate myself a 4 for vocal variety. My eye contact. I rarely look down and stay connected with my audience throughout my formal speeches. This made my delivery more natural and built trust with my listeners. Because of my consistency and the audience engagement, I would give myself a 3 on eye contact. My gestures. I used gestures naturally during my speech to emphasize key points without overdoing it. My body language helped me support my words and made me feel more alive. Although I can continue refining this skill, I feel an integrated gestures effectively would rate myself a 5. Audience awareness. I designed my speeches throughout the semester to be relatable to the audience by sharing my personal stories that many could connect with. I adapted my examples to keep the audience interested. For example, my informative speech, I put a video at the beginning of speech to get everyone's attention. Because of this, I would rate myself a 4 for the audience awareness. Comfort level. Even though I had a lot of nerves at the start of the semester, I quickly relaxed and appeared confident throughout the majority of my speeches at the end of the semester. My body language, facial expressions, and voice of all reflected the comfortable presence in front of the audience. I would rate myself a 3 in comfort level. My speech content was both meaningful and engaging. I carefully chose experiences that were personal but also universal so others could relate. For example, how to survive a trip to Disney and why everyone should have self-defense skills. By adding these descriptive details, emotional moments, I kept the audience interested from the finish to start. I would rate myself a 4 for creating interesting, well-constructed content. Over the course of the semester, my speech has improved significantly in both delivery and confidence. At the beginning, I often struggled with nervousness, stumbling over my words, and losing focus mid-speech. However, with consistent practice, feedback, and experience, I've learned to organize my thoughts more clearly and have an outline, and present them with greater control and ease. My voice projection, eye contact, and pacing have all improved, helping me better connect with the audience. Mostly important, I've gained confidence in myself as a speaker, and I now feel more prepared and comfortable in speaking in both formal and informal settings. Thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a great semester.